Welcome to my story. It was supposed to be just another delivery, a simple job that I did for extra cash. The app had pinged me for a late-night run to a location I didn't recognize. Hillshade Manor. It wasn't on any maps, but the payout was too good to pass up. The instructions were odd, no GPS coordinates, just a text message. Follow Blackthorn Road until the trees clear. Deliver to the second-floor library. Do not speak to anyone. It was strange, sure, but curiosity and greed outweighed my common sense. I loaded the package, a box sealed with red wax, and drove off into the night. Blackthorn Road was suffocatingly narrow, flanked by looming trees that formed an impenetrable wall of darkness. My headlight struggled to pierce through the eerie fog that clung to the ground like an unnatural mist. After what felt like hours, I saw it. Hillshade Manor, a hulking, decrepit mansion that seemed to breathe with its own life. The windows were like hollow eyes, the rotting wood like a corpse's decaying skin. I parked and hesitated. Something about the air was wrong. Too still, too cold. But the payout was more than I'd made in months, so I grabbed the package and approached. The massive oak doors groaned open before I even knocked. A chill ran down my spine as I stepped inside. The air smelled of mildew and something metallic. Blood, maybe. The interior was even worse than the exterior. The floors creaked beneath my feet, and the walls seemed to exhale as I passed. Candles flickered weakly along the corridor, their flames struggling against an unseen draft. I made my way to the staircase, repeating the instructions in my head. Second floor library. Do not speak to anyone. The stairs were warped and uneven, groaning under my weight. I felt as if I were being watched, though I saw no one. Shadows stretched unnaturally across the walls, their movements not matching the flickering candlelight. When I reached the second floor, I found the library door slightly ajar. Pushing it open, I was met with an oppressive darkness. The room smelled of damp paper and something rotting. As I stepped inside, the door slammed shut behind me. My breath caught in my throat. "Hello?" I called. Breaking the rule out of desperation, my voice echoed back, distorted, as though the walls were mocking me. The library was massive, shelves towering high into the gloom. Books littered the floor, their pages torn and scattered like remnants of some violent outburst. In the center of the room stood a single table. On it was an envelope addressed to me. My stomach churned as I picked it up and read the note inside. "You shouldn't have come." Panic set in. I turned to leave, but the door was gone, replaced by an unbroken wall of bookshelves. The temperature dropped sharply. My breath clouded in front of me, and I heard it, a faint whisper, like a voice carried on the wind. "Leave!" I spun around, clutching the package like a lifeline. The shadows began to shift, pooling together in the center of the room. Slowly, they took shape, a gaunt, faceless figure with elongated limbs that scraped against the floor. Its head tilted unnaturally as though studying me. Then it moved, gliding toward me without a sound. I stumbled back, my hands fumbling for something, anything I could use to defend myself. My fingers brushed against a heavy candlestick, and I swung it wildly. The figure dissolved into smoke, only to reappear inches from my face. "Leave," it whispered again, though its expressionless face betrayed no emotion. I dropped the package and bolted, desperate to find a way out. The library seemed to stretch endlessly, the walls and shelves shifting like a maze. The whispers grew louder, overlapping into a cacophony of voices. "Leave. You shouldn't be here. Leave." I tripped over a fallen book and hit the floor hard. As I scrambled to my feet, I saw them, other figures emerging from the shadows, their hollow eyes fixated on me. They moved slowly, deliberately, their whispers growing into a deafening roar. I turned and ran, my heart pounding as I searched for an escape. Suddenly, I saw it, a faint glow in the distance. I sprinted toward it, the shadows clawing at my heels. Bursting through the light, I found myself back in my car. My hands were trembling, and my chest heaved as I struggled to catch my breath. I looked back at the mansion, but it was gone. In its place was an empty field, overgrown with weeds. On the passenger seat sat the package, unopened. I didn't wait to question it. I started the car and sped off, vowing never to return. But as I drove, the radio crackled to life, the voices whispering one last message. "You can't escape."